What is up, YouTube? JLockEmUp here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do every single dunk in 2K21. Some safe dunks, some flashy dunks, and all of the hop, euro, spin dunks and all of that. We're going to start off with this first dunk. It's really simple. It is this two-hand dunk. It's probably one of the safest dunks that you can do. Really nice on fast breaks when you don't want people to catch up to you or someone's just trailing you, even in that half-court setting. To do this, you're going to hold R2, drive up to the rim, and just hold up on the stick. For all these dunks, I really recommend that you use the stick. You can do some of them with square, but the stick's going to be much easier. And if for whatever reason you don't wind up dunking, you can still time your shot pretty well. I think the shot meter is going to be really good this year, so I just recommend using the stick for all those reasons. So for the first dunk, hold R2, up on the stick, and then up on your right stick as well. Really simple and straightforward. For these left and right hand dunks, you're going to either hold the stick to the top left corner towards that like 10, 11 o'clock position, or the top right corner towards the 1 and 2 o'clock position for either left or right hand. Same exact thing for this left hand, hold it to this top left corner. That is the left hand, and for the right hand dunk, just the opposite way towards that top right corner. Really simple and straightforward. Generally, these dunks are pretty safe depending on what you have equipped. They can start to get like some cockback animations that in certain situations are not very good because they're easy to get blocked. But if you know a good idea of what dunks to do depending on what side your defender is on you, those are really safe dunks to do as well. Now for these flashy dunks, I don't think Kawhi Leonard has many, if any, equipped. But all you do is hold R2 up on the stick and then down on the right stick. That's pretty simple, straightforward. These are dunks that you do when you're by yourself on this fast break. You want to show off or something, or you have a really high dunk rating and you don't think you're going to get blocked at all. That's how you do the flashy dunks. They are really easy to get blocked, just depending on what situation you're in. For these next dunks, we're going to do some baseline reverse dunks. Now, these are some of my favorite. Once you're able to trigger this animation, it's really hard to block, especially someone's like behind you, trailing you, or even just in general. They're pretty hard to block. To trigger these animations, you have to be driving towards the baseline side and hold your right stick either towards the left or towards the right, depending on what side you're on. If you're driving towards the left, you're going to be holding your stick towards the left, and conversely, towards the right, the stick towards the right. I really recommend that you have your stick on absolute in your settings. This makes it much easier to do these dunks. If it's on default, the dunks are going to change depending on like camera angle, where you're at on the court. It makes it much harder to do it. But again, it's all preference. I always choose absolute. So you come towards the baseline and you just hold left on the stick because I'm going towards the left side of the hoop. Really simple, depending on what animations you're equipped. That dunk right there is really good. How it comes towards the other side of the rim is extremely hard to get blocked. It's really quick. And it's one of my favorite dunks to do. Now for these hop dunks, I'm going to show you guys two ways to do this. I know not to use square, but some people use square. They're not too hard to do a square. All you have to do is drive to the hoop, tap square once, and then swing your left stick to the left or right, depending on what direction you want to hop. Hold square again, and you're going to dunk. If you're using the stick, it is diagonal left or right on the right stick, depending on, again, which direction you're trying to jump. And you can just hold it there, or you can tap the stick up, left or right, depending on what hand that you want to use. So for the square, you just tap square, hold it for a dunk. If you're not holding R2, it's going to do a layup. But just make sure that once you do your hop, you are holding this R2 button. And that's the layup right there. If you guys want to use the stick, which I highly recommend you do, hold the right stick back right or back left, depending on which way you want to hop. After you hop, pull the stick up or ever what direction that you want to do a dunk. You can do your left hand, right hand, and depending on who you are, even flashy dunks after you do the hop. It's really simple to do. If you want to do a right hand dunk, hop, and then towards the upper right corner. That was a layup, but that's exactly how you do it. Some people are gonna have a harder time doing these dunks off of a hop. It depends on your rating and what badges that you have. Now, for these Euro step dunks, you're gonna swing your right stick towards the left or towards the right, depending on what hand the ball is in. So it's opposite side of the ball hand. So I have the ball in my left hand. Once I go to do this Euro step, I'm going to push my right stick towards the right. So go to the hoop, do Euro, and then after that, you can swing your stick up or whatever direction you want to do your dunk in. These are a little hard to train into dunks. Depends what your rating is, but I know Kawhi can do it. There you go, just like that. If you want to use the square button, these are much harder to do. A lot of times they'll do pump fakes and such, but drive to the hoop, double tap square, and as soon as you do that, you're going to swing your stick towards the off ball side, but instead of with the right stick, it's going to be with the left one. There we go. So that's how you do your Euro step dunk. I recommend using the stick for these every single time. It makes it so much easier to do. For these cradle dunks that are up next, it's kind of the same concept as the Euro dunk, except instead of swinging your stick towards the off ball side, you're going to have your stick towards the ball hand side, and it's the same exact thing. Run towards the hoop, stick towards ball side, and if you want to dunk, press it up or whatever direction that you want to choose. It's pretty simple. And same thing if you want to do the square. I don't like doing it, but double tap square and have that stick towards your ball hand side, and you should be able to do a cradle dunk just like that. Now guys, a quick tip for these Euro and cradle dunks. If you're trying to do the square tap way, start off your square tap a little bit closer to the hoop. I find that if you're far away, it's gonna want to do like a moving shot type pump fake, and that's not what you want. Again, use the stick if possible. All right guys, moving on to this last dunk. It is the spin dunk. Now this is really easy to double tap square or use the stick. If you want to double tap square, you hold R2, double tap square as you drive to the hoop, and then press square one more time to finish off that dunk. If you want to let go of R2, it's going to do a layup. With the stick, really simple. It's diagonal back towards the left or the right. After that, you can have your stick go back to neutral and then choose what direction you want to dunk in with the stick, all while holding R2. Really simple there. As layups, all right. Let's drive to the hoop again. There we go. Hop one way, whatever direction you do, diagonal left or right, is the way that you'll hop. After that, it's very straightforward. Now, if you want to do that kind of glitchy spin dunk that was in 2K20, it's still in this game. It's not as glitchy depending on what angle you get. All you have to do is kind of drive diagonally towards the baseline or the corner of the court. As soon as you start your spin motion, you have to move your left stick towards the basket, and then move your right stick up to dunk the ball or whatever direction you want to do the dunk in. It's pretty hard to do, but it's still in this game. It's not looking as glitchy, but it's still here, which is nice to have. All right, guys, you can also do this towards the free throw line in elbow 2. It's a little bit more difficult, but once you get the angles right, it's not too bad. There we go. So again, same exact concept. That was a layup that time, but the animation looked right. Kind of driving towards east-west, towards the corner area. Do a spin, and if your guy's a good dunker, he'll dunk it more often than not. Kawhi's not the best. There we go. So that works, guys. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Leave any comments down below. I always answer any questions that you guys have. If it's a popular question, I might even make it into a video. I'm gonna be doing a lot of park and my career this year. So those are videos that you guys like. Again, please subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and Twitch. My links will be in the description. Till next time, guys, see you later.